So we had 50.6. Oh, and the bike just cut out. What's going on? Okay, before I give the test run video, I just wanted to explain that the noise you're gonna hear throughout the video, it's super aggravating, I know, but the noise you're gonna hear is a rattle coming from the battery cage right here. It was actually this top little screw right there, that silver one, and I fixed it today. There's zero noise, but I just want to apologize ahead of time. You're going to hear that noise throughout the video. It is quite aggravating, but that's where it's at. I went and put some Loctite. They're not coming back out. I tried to recap during the video with the numbers, but I was only looking at the bike screen and not my phone. So I tried to put both numbers on the screen as I give those numbers. And last, I just want to say I'm not a filmmaker. This video is going to be extra boring because it's not just me riding and talking. There's a lot of numbers, and I tried to make scenes interesting, but it's just, I'm not there yet. So please bear with me. I know this is going to be boring for a lot of people, so I did a quick recap at the beginning and got a lot of numbers, and then throughout the video I break down how the bike or the battery kind of goes down. And I did want to say I did pedal back to my truck, so I had to pedal a little ways, but here's the full video. Here's everything. I'm not sure if it ended up being in 2 parts, but it is really long, so I'm gonna do my best to put it up as a solid one video. Finally, I'm gonna do a top speed, a battery capacity test to see how long it rides for. And I just want to say, I got out of my truck and I went right around the parking lot, and a lot of people are talking about brake noise. I am hearing a brake noise, and the pad is kind of rubbing. I did an adjustment to the brakes and tried to recenter it, but it's still making that noise. So you probably hear it throughout the video. Just apologize ahead of time. Now, on a full battery, I just did a speed test. I do want to say, when you hit the throttle on this bike, it has like a boost mode, so like gets you off the start, where it kind of gets some oomph to it, and then it slows back down a little bit. So it got me to 36, dropped down to 33 consistently, 33.9, 34 miles an hour. Then on sport mode, I was getting consistently 55 miles an hour. So just for reference, I'm 5'6", 177 pounds, and 55 miles an hour is the top speed that I got on this bike. Now we're gonna just ride around, try to burn out the battery, and see how far we can go, you know, on a full charge, and enjoy this lovely morning. Oh. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Accidentally scared the hell out of that guy. So I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. Again, I kind of said it in my overview video. The reason I got this is because in my state, once the e-bike goes a certain miles per hour, it's classified as a moped. So if you look it up, moped's classified, well, e-bike is up to class 3. And so a class 3 e-bike is 28 miles an hour, 750 watts, you know, like this. And since this bike can go faster, you know, it's technically a moped, and I would need a moped tag for it from what I have read. And in most states it's the same, and a lot of people are saying, oh, like it's not a dirt bike. Well, it's not. It's an electric bike, but you got to check for moped rules. And I've talked to a few cops, and it's 50-50. So it just depends who would stop me. But this bike can operate under its own power because it has pedals. So if I had to kill it or say, hey, it is a bike, you know, I can pedal. And if I think I'm drawing too much attention in a scenario where like a motorized vehicle is not allowed, I can just kind of, you know, pretend to pedal. Now, as far as pedals when riding, I didn't cover that yet either. The pedals are high up, and that's so that you can get the clearance to be able to ride this bike a little better. And so, you know, I'll pedal right now. You can see my knees are going way up and not fully extending. And so that's just something, you know, you can pedal this bike. I've pedaled it. Stand-up pedaling is a lot easier. It's more like a mountain bike. But yeah, it's definitely not the most comfortable. Let me get off this main road while I'm looking around. It's definitely not the most comfortable to ride. I got now, if I scoot my butt back a little bit on the seat, I don't know if you can really see it. I can pedal a little better, and so it kind of looks like a mountain bike. And that's one of the reasons I don't have the front fender. What's going on? Just in the middle of the road. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that about it. So it, you know, I got it for a little bit everything. I want it to be incognito. Now, I think after my range test we're doing today, we'll have to see if I could make one of the New Orleans rides. I think that'd be fun. I might run out of juice. And I've looked into getting a second battery, and you can buy a second battery on Amazon for, I think it's $800, like $799, $780. But that might be an option. So if I go on a longer ride, I can just do a quick battery swap, which I know is kind of a hassle. But if we're gonna, you know, for everything this bike is capable of and the price, I think, you know, a second battery is still manageable in the price range. You're still at like $3,100, I think, if I told that right. So you know, I don't think that's too bad to ask, you know, for my total cost of the bike, even to have a second battery. Now, I don't know what the second battery looks like, but online it shows a different type of battery, but it says that the housing may be different, and it's listed as an X2 battery. So I'll have to see what that says for Amazon, and you know, maybe try that out and do a video on that. All right, so a quick recap. I've gone about 10 miles so far, and I've ridden for a total of 38 minutes. So 10 miles. We've lost our first battery bar. I don't know if you can see it, but we've lost one bar. We're at 10.4 miles in, and 30 minutes again riding. Different top speeds. We did a top speed test on Sport and Eco, and yeah, I mean, it's been good performance so far. So if we lost 1 bar per 10 miles, which, you know, that's not the way it's going to end up because of the different speeds we go on, but that'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles. So I don't think it's going to do that. If I went in Eco, which I'll have to try that one more time, is to do Eco mode and try not to really rev it up and see how far I could get and do like a distance test. Now, the one bummer in my other ride, I never had any noises, but in this one we're getting some disc noise, and you can see it in my other video, the wear on the pad. I think that's making a rubbing noise. So I'm gonna have to take out these spacers, drop it down, and get more of a grip on the pad. That should cancel the noise. I'll have to do it and let you know. Yep, it's been a fun ride. Good morning. It's a great day today. So I forgot that I had a battery in my truck, and I went and get it reloaded in my camera, and so we'll do, you know, a recap from here. So I have been riding for 83 minutes, so almost an hour and a half. We're 19 miles in. 1 bar is still missing. It's at 56.4 volts. I have a chart somewhere, I might throw it up, about 62 volt battery, how, you know, at what voltage and the percentage it's at. So I need to memorize that just to get it. But before I went get my battery, I did quite a bit of riding. We went through the like woods, basically like that, and I had no problem. Now I did want to say, I feel like there might be a little less throttle on it at this point. And if the brakes are hooked up, so I haven't unhooked the brakes or anything yet. So if you tap the brake, it will send a signal and it will stop the motor from turning. So I need to figure out maybe how to unplug that where it's connected, if it'll work without it. The connection's all in here, so it should come out, and see how it works without it. And I will be working on wheelies during the year. I am not that great at them. I can do power wheelies on my dirt bike, but not like a real controlled one. So we'll work on a controlled one. But it's been a good ride. Let's go ahead and do some more. We got a lot more to go. I'm getting my average right here. So my average times and stuff, whenever I'm done, it'll show that, my average speeds. I did not time how long it takes to get back into park. So you can see it's still in sport the whole time I've been talking right now. So I might have to get that time for you. Let's keep going and you know, get those numbers. I did want to mention that while I've been riding, I've been kind of holding on to my back brake a little bit, and the rubbing has stopped. So it must have been just a pad alignment or something. So as you can hear, every now and then you'll hear something, but it's pretty much done. And it's definitely a lot quieter ride now. So it's kind of normal, but my rear brake is squeaking a little bit, and that could be because the brake dust is not really grabbing, so we'll have to see. This is actually SLCC's campus. And I'm probably talking loud in the camera. I need to work on my volume. At higher speeds, the mic will probably have problems with the wind, like wind cutout. We'll check it out later in review. So on one of my other ride videos, you may have seen really fast pass by this building. I had no idea this was here. And so this is Freemasons Lodge. Had no idea this was here, but this is the Freemasons Lodge, I guess the Lafayette chapter. And I kind of breezed past it in one of my ride videos, and I just wanted to pass by and see that building. Okay, so as far as power, we're down to we're 2 bars down. We have 3 left and 52.3 volts, but that's not enough to wheelie. I know some people were asking about wheeling, and if I gun it right here and I'm gonna lean back, the front tire barely comes off the ground. I have to be on the far back side of the seat and kind of pop it, and I could probably get the wheel up, but it's not the power that it was before that. So again, wheeling is not my specialty, and I can't give you like a good estimate, but I'm telling you, I can't even power wheelie at this point. So we're down to 55.5 volts. I'll have to see what percentage that is. I believe on the chart that's like 50%. So we'll see. We're still going for range. My distance will be 22 miles plus whatever this says, because I had to reset it because I feel like the battery meter is not doing the proper amount. I wish it had more bars. Again, I can't wheelie at this point from a stop on the back of the seat if I nail it in sport. So I had to keep my feet down, but if I nail it, I'm on the back, right? That's all I can get. So no power wheelies, none of that at 54.4 volts. Pretty much seems like 50%. I just wanted to give that little power output. It's kind of a bummer, but at least we could still ride. Now, when I do nail it, we get the boost off the red light. Like if we're at a red light, it will give us a good boost, but let's see. I don't know if I could do a top speed right now. So we're getting that boost to 20 miles an hour instantly off the throttle. To get in an open area. All right, so right here. If I boost it, all right, we're getting 20. So it's still getting some speed, right? It's still working, but it's not the same as it was. So we'll have to double check it later. So I think if I was with a group at this point, you know, we're 22 miles in, that's a pretty good ride. I mean, I've been riding for close to 2 hours. I can still kind of keep up. I might not be able to launch like everybody else, but I'm still getting good, a good speed in sport mode. So let's try to eco. I didn't try eco. Let's go into Eternity Road right here. So in eco, if I nail it, it's not taking off. It's more of like just a real good slow takeoff speed. It's not really launching. Whereas in sport, I get a little bit more of a boost, and that's gonna drain my battery 100%. But I think as far as like a longer ride, you could do it. But again, all these bikes are like this. I don't want to harp on this one too much, but as the battery dies, you're just not gonna get that speed, and you're not gonna get that kind of boost to do a wheelie or to take off. Okay, so I wanted to talk about brakes real quick, because in my other video, I had asked who knew what kind of brakes it took, and one of my, I'll have to put them up on the screen, but somebody commented and gave me the right brakes. So we have that solved. There's 2 different companies. The only thing is that for one pair of brakes, which I think is just 2 pads for one set, one company is 15 and the other is 30. Now, I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna last double the life of all the cheaper small ones, but that's pretty expensive to have a bunch of them. I mean, I bought a set of 4, so the full bike I think for 17 for my other bike. So we'll have to, I'll do some more testing and I'll let you know, but I'll put the link to the brake pads in the description, and when they come in, I'll put one set on the front, one set on the back, and we'll kind of test out how they go. But what I find amazing is the company got back to me real quick on possibly getting a second battery or a charger, like if I wanted that, but they still haven't responded about the brake pads. And I didn't call them, I just sent an email, and so I'm waiting to hear back on that email. But those brake pads were hard to find, so now, you know, we got them. Another question was, how many keys do you get with it? So you get 2 keys for your battery, and then to turn it on, you're actually going to get 3 of those. So it's 3 little chips and 2 keys to unlock the battery. Another question was about shipping and where I got the bike. And so I ordered off of Amazon, and the shipping actually told me that it was like 3 months before it came in. It actually came in 6 weeks. So it took 6 weeks to come in. I guess it's like a pre-order deal, but it didn't take as long as they said. So if you're waiting on your bike, I mean, you just don't know when it's gonna come in, which is a plus and a minus. The plus is you get it early, but the minus is the fact that I had to sign for this. Luckily, I was home that day, so you know, they don't let you necessarily track it right. So be aware that like if it does come in early, you have to sign for it, or they're gonna have to put that note on your door and catch you at another time. We're now down to 2 bars, and that's 53.5 volts. So we got 2 bars left. My speaker's falling off, and we're in sport just because sport has a kind of like an easier going to it. We've did some speed tests, so I really got on it. It's been a lot of stop and go, and then you know, it's starting to drop off. So this is a one shot too. There's no, I didn't stop, I didn't recharge. I just had a second where I got a couple pictures. A lot of stopping and going. I'm pretty sure that affects it because you got that boost when you crank on it and it really turns up. So that does affect it. But again, if I was going on a ride, like we're at the 30-mile mark, I'd say is like a good shot to do. Like if we're gonna do a ride, we need to allocate like 30 miles. Like, okay, we're gonna do 15, we'll come back at 15. Most YouTube videos, the guys are only putting up 12 minutes, but it's inconsistent how long they've actually ridden for. And I'm sure there's different variables by the rider, the speed they're going most of the day, the size bike and voltage. Like there's a bunch of different variables, but I kind of want to be as clear as I can on these numbers. Earlier I said I wanted to ride somewhere that I shouldn't, and if I told people I was riding back here, they'd probably be like, dude, what are you doing? But it's early in the morning. People are nice when you're nice to them. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on going. I've never been on this street, so this is dead end. So we're gonna go right. Some firewood. So again, 52.5 volts. When I crank on, it drops to 51. 2 bars left. And it's still getting me where I need to go. So I can get back to my truck, but it is not going the speed that it was before. So power line's down right here. That's not good. We're currently on Simcoe. We're Simcoe and Evangeline, but we're heading on Simcoe. Here's University. That was a quick ride through I think the northern side of downtown. We're gonna go this way. One of the things that I really do like on this bike is the suspension. Now the seat, I think the seat's gonna take a little time to break in, but the suspension is real nice. So here's a speed update. We are in sport mode. Fastest I can go is 26. We're going up a little hill. So 24, 25, 50.7 volts. That is it's pretty slow. All right, so we're pretty much dead. Like, it's barely moving. And I wanted to give an update at this point. We're 2 hours and 8 minutes in, 6.8 miles on top of the 22. So we're 28.8 miles. So it's roughly 29 miles. I would estimate it to be 30 before it's like dead and I'm gonna have to pedal. I'm a ways away from where I need to be. So we'll see if I make it there. But it's definitely very slow and sluggish. So I don't know if the battery meter is just not keeping up. I'll show you the voltage in a second. But whenever I take off, so this is from a stop in sport after going about almost 29 miles an hour. Wait for this truck. Okay, I'm gonna just gun it in sport. Barely taking off. I gotta get back to the Cage Dome. Luckily it's just around there. But in this traffic, I don't know. This is gonna be very hard. I'm gonna be stopping these cars. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I'll try to give an update once we get back to Cajun Field. If I made it, how long it took me from this point. And I'll give you the voltage, or you can probably see it right here. So we had 50.6. Oh, and the bike just cut out. So it's giving me nothing. Okay, we're getting a little bit. I put it in eco. Okay, it cut out in sport, but in eco, we're in the grass on 8 miles an hour. I'm now gonna have to pedal. Now I did top speed runs and stuff, so we'll have to see from there, like, yeah, if I do it without it, what's gonna happen. So this is pretty much the end of my video. I'll do a summary of all the stats. So let's see if I can kind of rattle them off real quick. But so we did sport mode, top speed, eco mode, top speed. We did a couple runs, got the same numbers. I'll put those up of what my GPS on my phone is saying versus this one. Roughly 2 miles off, just depends. Then we have our max range, how many miles we did. Then I'll put up a number of the max range where we still had good boost. And I didn't want to say, like, my brake pads are on and off rubbing. So in sport, it won't give you any juice. Let's see. Eco, it's not going anywhere. But it still says it has two bars. It's so strange. Let's do a slow start. Okay. And that's it. Alright, so we're going to end the video with how much speed I can get between here and there. But I am all the way down. Throttle is all the way back. We're at 50.4 volts on the battery. It still says it has 2 bars. So can't trust that battery meter. I'm going to have to memorize the chart for voltage. we're only getting 13 miles an hour, and we've been rolling for almost an eighth of a mile. Probably can't hear me over these lawnmowers. I estimated in the last video we would go 40, and it only went yeah, not even 30. So we can call it even 30. Now we get an error, so it's either error 26, so either not enough battery or we have some overheating. So I need to go look in the manual and see what that is. All right, so I'll pedal all the way. You saw the stats earlier, and this is about as far as we can go with the battery. So I did a full test. We'll do it again just to make sure we have an accurate number, doing it a few times, but I will post this video for the people that are waiting for those numbers. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all my followers. I appreciate it. We'll be on to some more ride videos where we'll check out, we'll go to a location and stuff. School's in, so we've got some good sights while we're riding around. That's it. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you then.